He didn't lose his peace in one day. He sold it, piece by piece, decision by decision, deal by deal, until one day, he had more gold than he ever dreamed of, and not a single moment of silence left inside him. Marcus was already a successful man, a respected merchant. His business was steady. His home was comfortable. His life was quiet. And that was his greatest treasure. Silence. Not the absence of sound, but the absence of chaos. His mind was calm. His sleep was deep. His thoughts were clear. People trusted him, not because he was the richest, but because he was balanced, content, at peace. But peace is a strange thing. When you have it for too long, you start to underestimate its value. One evening, Marcus attended a gathering of wealthy traders, men who spoke loudly, laughed boldly, boasted endlessly. They talked about expansion, new markets, massive profits. One man leaned toward Marcus and said, "You're doing well, but you're thinking too small." That sentence stayed in his mind. Too small. For the first time in years, Marcus felt something uncomfortable. Dissatisfaction. He went home that night, sat in silence. But the silence didn't feel peaceful anymore. It felt empty. The next morning, Marcus made a decision. He expanded his business, took bigger risks, made larger deals, entered unfamiliar markets. At first, it felt exciting, alive, powerful. His profits increased. His reputation grew. People began to notice him more, respect him more, talk about him more. And slowly, his silence began to fade. His days became louder. More meetings, more negotiations, more pressure. His nights became restless, thinking, planning, worrying. Sleep became shallow. Peace became rare. But the gold kept coming. More money, more assets, more success. And he told himself, "This is worth it." One evening, an old friend visited him. A simple man, calm, grounded. He sat with Marcus quietly, then said, "You've gained a lot, but you've lost something." Marcus frowned. "I've lost nothing." The man shook his head gently. "You've lost your silence." Marcus dismissed him, because success often makes warnings sound like jealousy. As his empire grew, Marcus faced his biggest opportunity, a massive trade, high reward, high risk, but it required everything, all his time, all his focus, all his energy. No rest, no balance, no peace. He hesitated for a moment, then accepted. That was the final trade, the moment he sold what remained of his silence. Years passed. Marcus became one of the richest men in the region. His name carried power. His presence commanded attention. But inside, there was chaos. His mind never stopped. Thoughts raced endlessly. Decisions piled up. Pressure grew heavier. Even in quiet rooms, he felt noise. Because the noise was no longer outside. It was inside him. One night, Marcus sat alone in his grand house, surrounded by wealth, gold stacked, documents signed, success visible. But his hands trembled. His chest felt heavy. His thoughts wouldn't stop. He tried to sit in silence, like he used to, but he couldn't. The silence was gone, and for the first time, he understood something terrifying. He had traded peace for profit, and profit could not buy it back. Desperate, Marcus searched for relief. Doctors, advisors, distractions. Nothing worked, because the problem was not physical. It was internal. He had built a life that required constant noise, constant pressure, constant movement, and his mind had adapted to it. Silence now felt unfamiliar, uncomfortable, even frightening. One morning, Marcus made a different decision. Not to earn more, to release. He reduced his operations, delegated responsibilities, closed unnecessary ventures. People questioned him, criticized him, doubted him. But he continued, because for the first time in years, he understood what he truly needed. At first, it was difficult. The quiet felt strange, empty, unsettling. But slowly, his mind began to calm. His thoughts slowed. His breathing steadied. And one evening, he experienced something he hadn't felt in years. Stillness. Not forced. Not temporary. Real. Marcus was still wealthy, but not because of his gold, because of his balance, because of his peace, because of his control. He no longer chased more. He protected what mattered, and what mattered was never the gold. Many people think success is about gaining more money, more status, more recognition. But every gain has a cost, and the most dangerous cost is the loss of inner peace, because once you lose your silence, everything becomes noise. So ask yourself, what are you trading your peace for? Money? Approval? Success? And is it worth it? Because gold can be earned again, but peace must be protected. If this story made you reflect, stay connected to the quiet change, because sometimes the most valuable things in life are the ones you cannot see and should never sell.